Well, hello YouTube viewers. I'm going to be doing a quick video of my 1997 Ford F250 heavy duty 4x4. I'm going to be doing a quick video on replacing a part. You'll see here in a minute what needs replaced. Right there, the rear quarter glass, took a rock from my neighbor's lawnmower. He felt terrible about it, but it was an accident, so not much I could do. But regardless, we're going to be replacing that rear quarter glass. I've had this F250 for a while now. It's been a very reliable truck. Got it out of the Pacific Northwest, so it's got no rust on it. Very clean. Got about 170,000 miles on it or so. But very clean truck. Really like it. I'd much rather drive this than anything newer. But regardless, I've got to replace that rear quarter glass. When it happened, I went ahead and took it to a couple local glass shops in town, and both of them said the same thing. They could not get the window part from any of their vendors, and I'd have to source the part myself. But both of them agreed to put it in for a cost. But since I was going to have to source the part myself, and I'd replaced a piece of glass in another vehicle a while back, and it was a pretty easy job. So kind of researched this a little bit, and from what I saw, looked like a pretty simple job. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt it myself. Basically, you just need some basic tools to do it. Just remove some interior trim pieces. But I'll get to that, and I'll cover that when I get to that part of the video. Again, I was able to source the part really easily. Got it back here in the back. Shout out to OK Auto Parts in Mississippi. Ordered it one morning and had it the next day. So they certainly did great and getting it to me quickly. I inspected it when it came, but I'll go ahead and show it to you. It's a good part. Didn't have any cracks in it. Everything looks correct on it, and didn't see any damage to it. But I believe it was sourced from a 95 or 96, I can't remember, F150. But if you know anything about the OBS trucks, the 97 was a peculiar year. It was the last year of the old body style for the F250 HDs and the 350s, I believe. The F150s in the 97 went to the new body style. So whenever you search for parts for these 97s, it can sometimes be a little bit tricky, but once you're used to it, it's not bad. But basically, I think any part from a 92 to a 96 OBS Ford can fit a lot of the same things. So again, this rear quarter piece of glass that I'm going to be putting on is from a I believe it's a 95 or 96 F150. But I already took a closer look at it, and it's the correct one. So I'm going to go through this video in kind of parts. I'll pause it during certain times because I'm by myself and not going to be able to do it. But the first step I'm going to do, let's go back to this glass. I'm going to clean up these areas around where the original tape is. I think it's called butyl tape. I could be pronouncing that wrong. Just like a rubberized material that seals the glass into the compartment. But I'm going to clean all that up. I've done it before. I'll just throw on some rubber gloves, and it kind of sticks to itself. It's not too difficult to get at. Then I'll clean all of it. I'll scrub up the whole piece, just get it all cleaned up, and then probably clean this area where the new one's going to go with some isopropyl alcohol or something like that. Got some more 3M ribbon sealer, but that's basically what I've used in the past. And I'll show the process of putting that on as well. But yeah, we'll get to it. I don't think this is a long job. This may take me 2-3 different videos kind of pieced together, because I got some other stuff I got to do as well. So, but if from start to finish, I don't think this would be a long job if I had time to do it all in one sitting. But with that, I'll get started cleaning that and pick up the next video. Okay, we got this all cleaned up. Probably took about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, not too long at all, to basically just get all that old stickery rubber substance off the seal there, and just clean it up. Again, I kind of used rubber gloves and just basically went around it and balled it up as I went, and it basically sticks to itself and comes right off. Not too bad a job at all. Then I just took a little scouring pad and just cleaned it up a little bit. Everything looks pretty clean now. I'll clean this area with isopropyl alcohol, but I'll wait to put that on until I'm pretty close to putting the new window sealer on it. The next step, I'll be going into the truck here, and I'll be removing some of these trim pieces. Basically just Phillips head screws all the way around. I think you gotta take that one off, this one, this one, this one. You also need to pop those seatbelt covers off. They just pop right off. You kind of grab them up here, and they just pop down, and they'll come right off. I'm not sure what type of fastener holds those on, but I'll remove these buckles and lay them down. Then it should come out. Saw one video where someone had to take this back pad off. I'm not sure I'm gonna have to do that. The other video I saw didn't require that. So if I can wiggle that out there by where that speaker is, I'll do that. But if not, I'll video that I took that off as well. But we'll see how it goes. But that's it for now. Okay, so I removed the Phillips head screws along the trim. I think there's one there, one there, one there, one there, one down here. Then the seat belt bolts. Like I said, the cover just snaps right off. The seat belt bolts go into that hole, and this required a T50 Torx, so came right off very easily. Hopefully you have one of those. No issues getting it off. I did have to kind of maneuver the trim a little bit to get it to come out, but I kind of just set it back up here. But it was pretty easy. I didn't have to take the back pad off, although I think the reason I did not have to is because that clip right there is broke. So either I broke that slightly or it was replaced before and it was broken then. But it should make it easier to get back on. I don't think it'll be an issue holding it back into place. You gotta also have a screw up here that holds it on that piece of trim. Then you're left with the interior window screws. So the next step is going to be to remove these. I'll follow back up, and that'll be the next step, is to start loosening these screws. In a couple of the videos I saw, it showed that these screws were, some of them were just hand tightened. I cannot get any of them off just with my hand. So I think these are tightened a little bit more. Well, I guess that one I can. So they are just barely on there. You obviously don't want to over tighten them or you'll pull that in there and probably break the glass. So I'm able to get one of them, was able loose enough for me to take off by hand, but the rest I'm gonna need a socket. But that'll be the next step. Okay, so I removed all the bolts from the studs there. It took a 9mm. Again, one of them I was able to loosen by hand, and the other ones did take a socket, but were, after about a half turn, they came off by hand as well. So relatively simple. Next step will be removing the actual window. But before I forget, when I took that trim piece off, there is a hole right here, and that's kind of like a body panel, not a screw, but just a push thing that goes in there, and mine was still intact, so that'll be a good reference point when I put the trim back on. But I'll show it to you when I do reinstall the trim. But the next step will be removing the quarter window. Okay, what I did, I took a little trim tool, kind of just went around the edges, just to kind of loosen some of the seal that was on there. And then basically I've been just running my fingers back here. Once you get them behind there, it seems to start to come out pretty easily. So again, I'm just basically pushing my fingers inside the seal with gloves because my window's broken, and then just going right around, and it's just going to come straight loose. So there it is. Came straight out. All the sealant is still on here. I'll show you a picture of that in just a minute. So this one is going to the dump. Although I could take the piece of glass out and save the seal. I may do that just in case I crack another one. That way I could just get just a single piece of glass next time instead of the whole mold. But it's unfortunate, but the window's toast. And I lost my NRA sticker, which was an old one, but oh well. Luckily, I was able to get it out without the window breaking. And we'll just kind of take a look at what we got here. And that's just the same sealant that I removed from that other window. I'll have to remove from here, and that'll be the next step. I'll remove that seal and get all this cleaned up, and then we'll go from there. They do have it overlapping here at the bottom. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm probably going to make my overlap more up here. I think I read one of the groups recommended you put it in the middle, because if we do get any leaking water and it goes down here, that's not going to be good. So I'd rather the overlap go there. But we'll take it from there, and that'll be the next step. Okay, now with the window removed, I went through and cleaned up all of the outside area where the new window seal is going to go. Again, I'll prep that area with isopropyl alcohol as well, and as well as the new window seal before I put the actual ribbon seal on it. But that'll be the next step, and shouldn't be too hard after that. I did go ahead and test the new one in there, and it does fit perfectly, so it should be good to go. Okay, this next step, I applied the 3M ribbon sealer to the window. I basically decided to go with how it was set up stock. This stuff's really easy to work with. They had the overlap down here towards the bottom. They did not double it over, they kind of put it side by side, so that's what I'm gonna do. I think it'll be easier for the window to seat if I do it that way. But prior to putting the ribbon sealer on, I did use some denatured alcohol to clean it up. The next step will be actually placing the window in the hole. I think I mentioned it earlier, that trim piece that I had taken out, I've got it right back there. There's that one piece, that one clip that does go into that hole that I pointed out earlier. So that'll be a good guide to put that in there and then attach the screws. But we'll go ahead and get ready to put it in. I'm also gonna treat the outside of the window frame and the body of the truck with denatured alcohol as well. Then we'll go from there. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and place the window in. Basically, you're gonna wanna start with these two. These are the only two actual holes through the body. The other ones are slotted out. So once you get these two in, you should be able to maneuver the rest of these in. And hopefully this goes good. Okay, now we got it seated in there. The next step will be to start hand tightening those screws. Then I'll come out and kind of see where we're at. We still have a gap right here, so I know that's going to need to be tightened up quite a bit, but not quite a bit. Probably just a little over hand tight to pull that seal more towards the truck body, and we should be good to go. But that'll be the next step. Okay, once I got the window in place, I just kind of went around and pushed it. I couldn't record it because I needed two hands, but kind of pushed on the outside of the window while I was hand tightening all these bolts. Kind of just went really slow with it until I got it to about where I needed to, and I did get the ratchet out and tighten it up. One thing I did prior, that I took a picture before I removed the old one of how much bolt I would have kind of sticking out, just kind of for reference. And I got it fairly tight. I think I got it to where I want it. It's pretty tight on there. So I think we're pretty much about done. Only thing left to do would be to obviously put the trim back in. That'll be relatively easy. Just have to be careful with that plastic. You know, it's a 97, so that's nearly 30-year-old plastic. So just have to be careful with it to make sure I don't crack it. Then obviously put the seat belts back on. We should be good to go, but probably going to end the video though. I'm going to leave the trim out of mine just till I get it rained on a few times, and just to, to make sure it's not leaking. So I'll reinstall the driver's seat belt and then put the trim back on at a later time, but I won't. I'll end the video. A pretty easy job. Like I said at the beginning, not sure how long, probably from start to finish, if I had the time to do it, probably would have taken about maybe an hour and a half for me. I was really pretty methodical with it and slow, just to make, because anytime dealing with glass, I just want to be careful. Not a lot of tools. I kind of laid them out what I used, basically just a little trim piece, Phillips head screwdriver. I think this was, a 9mm socket, and then this, I think this was a T50 Torx, and that's it. Didn't really use anything else except, you know, the alcohol to clean off the areas. I did use kind of a magic eraser around the outside of the window frame and on the window frame itself, just to clean it up. But again, that's about it. Total cost of the job, I think I paid $95 for the window. The ribbon sealer, I think, was $25, and I paid $25 to have the window shipped. So I'm in it to about $145. So that's not bad at all, in my opinion. I would have paid, I have no idea what I would have paid at the glass shop, but it would have been a lot more. So I'll end this. If I didn't say it at the beginning, I am no professional mechanic. I certainly like to tinker around and can handle a decent amount of jobs. This is one I felt comfortable tackling. But again, I'm sure I did something that some professional probably wouldn't do. But I think I got a good result. And as much as I use this truck, I think the job will be fine. If it does happen to leak, you know, it's a pretty easy job to pull it back out and clean up the seal and try it again. So I'm not too worried about it. I don't think it's going to leak. I think it's in there pretty good. And I mean, it looks back to stock. It's still has a Ford window in it. So that's it. I'll end the video, and that was putting in the rear quarter glass in a 1997 Ford F250 HD. But again, I think this will be about the same for any 92 to 96 old body style Ford, and the 97 F250 HDs and the 350s, I think would be about the same too. But that's it. I hope you got something out of this. Thanks. Bye.